Good morning. And thank you, sir, for the chance to tell our story. We'd also like to say thank you to every member that made First Presbyterian Church a special part of our family.
The story of our journey to join this incredible church and amazing church family started on June 12th, 2020, a year to the day of our wedding, and at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. My mom and I, we were with our photographer, Richie White, and we were flipping through hundreds of photos, wedding photos that he had taken. And I remember one specifically that caught my eye, and I asked him to go back to it. And it was this photo of the church's sanctuary. It was absolutely stunning. So as soon as we left Richie's office, we dropped all of our plans that day, and we drove straight to church. We wanted to see it for ourselves in person. And as soon as we pulled up to it, it took our breath away. So I knew it was exactly what Laz and I were searching for. The first chance I got, I sent Laz all the pictures, and I couldn't wait to talk to him about it. I was so excited, but unfortunately, due to COVID, we weren't able to go see inside at that time, at that trip. So I flew back to Texas, and from home, I continued calling until one day Jeff picked up. And Jeff is a member of the facilities staff here at the church. Jeff was amazing. He was so helpful. Not only did he entertain all my questions, and trust me, there were a lot. He was so caring, and he shared with us his passion for this church and its rich history. So he went above and beyond to make sure that I got in touch with all the right people that we needed to set everything up, and he even scheduled a date for us to meet with the church's pastor, Mr. Danny, and also to see the church. And 2 months later, in August of 2020, we met Pastor Danny in person, and he gave my mother and I a personal tour of this church. Danny was both kind, inviting, and he was a hoot. We loved him. So it was then that we really did decide, and we confirmed that this church and its leader was in fact special, and we really wanted it to be a part of our special day.
As a military family, it meant a lot to us that the church opened its doors and welcomed us in with open arms when no other one would. What we didn't realize at the time is just how special it was and how big of a part of our lives it would become. So as we started our journey from Fort Hood, Texas to Fort Benning, Georgia in the Columbus area, I got a feeling that we were being called to join the church and be a bigger part of our community. So on April 3rd, during our first premarital counseling session with Pastor Danny, we expressed our desire to become members. And on June 6th, with Pastor Danny's help, we met with the board members and were voted in as members. But it wasn't until we walked into this sanctuary to the warm reception of so many members that we realized just how special this church really was and is. We were married a week later, and thanks to our pastor and the church staff, it was a fairy tale wedding. As new members of First Presbyterian Church, we're growing in our faith in ways that we could not have imagined and didn't think possible. Our family has volunteered with the community, helped with charity events, and joined in fellowship with other members. This is a first for our family, and we have First Presbyterian Church and its members to thank for it. So in closing, we as members would like to extend an invitation to anyone out there in search of a special place to worship and join in fellowship. Consider coming to First Presbyterian Church and making us a part of your family. Thank you.
Thank you.